Raimon Jordan was a Toulousain troubadour and the viscount of Saint-Antonin in the Rouergue near the boundary with Quercy. There is a vida of Jordan which exists in several manuscripts, some with an accompanying razo.Like typical vidas. It tells us where he was from and whom he loved. He was from Pena d'Albegés. At some point he had a love affair with Alice de Montfort, wife of Guillaume de Gourdin and then Bernard de Casnac. This affair was originally in a vida of Bertrand born, but it was cut out and placed in Jordan's own vida razo at a later date. Jordan was a contemporary of Bertrand and partook with him in the revolt of 1173 to 1174 as a partisan of Henry the Young King against Henry Courtemantle, Duke of Aquitaine and King of England. He may have received a near-fatal wound on the same campaign in which the young king died in 1183. Jordan's own wife fell in with heretics, certainly Cathars, though one document says patriarchs. Of Jordan's literary output, 12 poems survive. There include 11 cansos and 1 tenso. The incipit found at the end of a razo introducing one of his cansos says Maintes bonus chansos fats. He made many good cansos. The melody of Jordan's Vas vos soplo domnat premierman also survives. It was copied by the later troubadour Pere Cardinal for his Rixhoms que grudits vertiti le humain. The most recent modern edition of his works is Il Trovatore Raimon Jordan, edited by Stefano Asperti. Jordan's work is generally ahistorical and his poetry suggests a jazz musician working over well-worn themes to move inexorably deeper into the poetic imagination. His innovations have led to comparisons with Thelonious Monk, though Jordan is not usually regarded as a master by modern standards. The Monge de Montordon, writing in the 1190s in the generation after him, gave him a high place in his Pios para d'Alvena cantat. Jordan was one of the early troubadours to employ the mythology of the wild man in his poems. He refers to the solace of the savage and remarks that the expectation of joy makes him brave and that therefore he should better enjoy the snowfall rather than the blossoming of the flowers. In general, Jordan's poetry emphasizes the accompanying suffering of love and the stoic embrace of the suffering as a necessary consequence to be endured. The sufferings of love were compared to the buffeting of a tempestuous sea, a metaphor which was common enough in the literature of the time, when the sea was typically viewed as dangerous. Comme homi marquan chez sent peril harcadins sunt corsos dels olh explorari contra, el vent non pot nul gentrobar. In another passage, Jordan explains that his song is an interpreter of his sorrows to the lady for whom he is suffering. Si sabes cilh don magrops mantenença tan coral men me destrano. El cosia, maus marchansos li sera latinias, a les persuade fat stan gru abstinenza. Indeed, his devotion to a lady knew no bounds and he was a sacrilegious poet. In one of his more famous passages he exclaims that he would give up eternity in paradise for one night with a certain lady, que tan la desirevol, que sen coeti de mort, non queria ad eu tan fort que lsu paradis maculis cum quem des les aduna no it ables jazza. Jordan wrote one canzo for performance by women. In it he attacks the misogyny of earlier troubadours who have slandered and misled women in the love poems. The song also attacks a satirist for adopting the manner of a preacher for the express purpose of criticizing women publicly. In the last stanza of the canzo, the female performer says otherwise. His work is characterized by striking feudal metaphors.